How's it going, everybody? My name is B and welcome back to Your Altcoins. Today, we're going to take a look at how we would invest $10,000 if we were starting day one with a decent amount of knowledge. We're not absolute professionals, however, we're not absolute amateurs. We're investing as if we had some basic level of knowledge of how altcoins worked. The big reason I'm making this video was the $1,000 investment video had such a positive feedback, and so many of you said that you took a lot of value out of how I would have invested $1,000 in a market on day one, and some of you asked me to up the stakes and increase that amount. So here, today, we're going to talk about how we would invest $10,000 into the market from a day one perspective. And before we get into that, let's take a look at the market sitting at $750 billion. Up from its low of $650 billion over the past few days, so that's good. A lot of green in the market, which makes shopping difficult. As you all know, we're shopping today, and you want to shop the bargains. You want to shop the deals. Some of our decisions will be long-term decisions, and some of them will be short-term flip decisions based off of how the market plays out. And with so much green, it's going to be difficult to find some good buying opportunities. I have looked through it quickly before I started filming, so I've got a basic idea of how I want to do it, and as always, I am of two minds when it comes to investing with money up front day one. There is the portfolio way, and then there's my kind of favorite way where I take all the money, go all in on a project that I think is going to go. So we're going to discuss both ways here in this video. Just a quick detour, I wanted to take a look at the Your Altcoins Twitter. Be sure to follow us at Your Altcoins right here. I put out a post and I said, with all this green that we're seeing right now, what altcoins are you bullish on? And I want to get the community opinion on some altcoins that people were interested in. Let's take a look. Bitcoin Gold. E36 Eden is saying Bitcoin Gold. The Cryptovorus is saying Poet and Dime. Very high circulating supply coins, if I recall. This person saying is Nebulio. This person responds with Tron. I am a little bit bullish on Tron right now because it's so low. It's so low, and there's been some pretty big announcements. I'm kind of bullish on Tron. We've got Tron, Substratum, and Cardano. This person saying Icon. I agree. Icon is set for that big announcement of their main net coming on the 24th of January. So that's a very good decision. Lewis says Bread, Simple Token, and VeChain. I like all of these, especially Simple Token. Very strong project. Capacity and Footy Cash. LBC's new website will pop on the 20th. So bullish? Aye. Information that many of you may want to think about. LBC, new website coming on the 20th. Will that help? Verge. Personally, I'm not so into Verge right now. Lunar, good choice. Wabi, we talked about that. I have not looked at Nulls. Poe, we've looked at. Tron, GTO, Lend, and LRC. There's a little bit of community involvement for people are bullish on these coins. So it's day one. You have opened up accounts on Bittrex, Binance, Cryptopia, KuCoin. You've got your fiat. You're ready to transfer it. The first thing you want to do is you don't want to go all in on Bitcoin and use that to transfer from fiat to these exchanges. Bitcoin has large transaction fees and large trade times. What I like to do when I have a little fiat that I want to convert, I either go into Ethereum or Litecoin because they transfer much quicker. So once you get your money to your exchanges, we're going to start with a portfolio perspective. We're going to start with a safe perspective. The last time I did this video with the $1,000, I said I would put 30% into Bitcoin. I'm changing my perspective on this. And while this does go against my usual philosophy and our usual philosophy of buying things on the low, I would put 30% into Ethereum. I am much more bullish on Ethereum as a platform, as a money holder, as a long-term bet, as opposed to Bitcoin. I like Ethereum because of all the currencies that are being built on the Ethereum platform. So that gives me confidence that Ethereum has a much brighter future over the next 12, 24 months than Bitcoin. Now, I could totally be wrong, but that's just me. So I would take 30% of my income on a split portfolio perspective and put that into Ethereum. That's $3,000 into Ethereum. You can buy 2 Ethereum. There you go. Next up, we're going to go shopping. We've got 70% of our portfolio. We have $7,000 to go shopping. And I think right away, $1,000 I'm putting into Cardano. I like the Cardano project. I like that they're trying to release a product that is going to allow for the building of other cryptocurrencies, much like Ethereum. They're following in the footsteps of Ethereum, creating a project like that. I also like that Cardano is down in the past 7 days. That also excites me as a buyer, as a purchaser, as an investor. It was up here. It would have been nice getting Cardano down here, but it has come up and has since dipped a little bit. So if you look at the 1 month mark, Cardano was as high as $1.25. and now it's at about 89 cents. I would put another $1,000 into Cardano. I like the project. I like the team. I like what they're trying to do in the future, and they haven't released their product yet. And when they do release their product, I see this coin going even further. I do like Cardano from an investment standpoint, and I would put $1,000 on Cardano. So we have spent $4,000 so far on a split portfolio strategy. Now I'm going to do some real shopping. We're going to go down this list, and we're going to look at the market right now. We're not getting in on NEO. It's at 43% in the past 7 days. We're not getting in on EOS. It's up 39% in the past 7 days. That's not where I'm shopping. Tron excites me at a minus 37% in the past 7 days. Tron excites me. It is only 10 cents a coin from its high of nearly 30 cents. The market cap is only $6 billion from its high. Let's pull up its high. Tron was as high as an $18 billion market cap and has since been cut in half. No, a third. It is 33% of its previous high. If you were looking to invest in something, and I can tell you that it is 1/3 of its previous value with the potential to go back to that previous value and or higher, that would seem like a smart bet. So I would personally put another $1,000 down on Tron. I for sure see Tron coming back up to here. It has had too much mainstream hype. It has had too much mainstream attention. Tron is already on the minds and in the brains of everyone who's investing in crypto. So no one's going to forget Tron anymore. And if it starts to show some strength out of this consolidation, if the volume returns, it's been consolidating for a few days now. That volume returns, whether it takes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it doesn't matter. This is going to go back up. So $1,000 from me into Tron. So we've invested $5,000. We got $3,000 in Ethereum, $1,000 in Cardano, and $1,000 in Tron, because I think those are good buying opportunities right now. Ethereum's a long-term play. Cardano and Tron are the medium-term play, because in the medium term, they are down, but they have good potential to go back up. Let's go even further. Binance Coin, I recently released a video talking about Binance Coins and exchange coins and why I believe exchange coins are a fantastic long-term play, especially Binance, because Binance is the biggest exchange right now in North America. I would easily, without hesitation, put $1,000 down on Binance Coin. Because one, I expect to do a lot of trading on Binance, and that's going to make my transactions even cheaper. And two, Binance is going to continue to grow. Every time they open their door to new registrations, they're opening their door to 250,000 people in an hour. 250,000 people in an hour every time they open their doors to registration. Binance Coin is going to grow. I would put another $1,000 down on Binance Coin. So 3 in Ethereum, 1 in Cardano, 1 in Tron, and 1 in Binance Coin. For those of you playing the home game and keeping up with the math, that's $6,000. We have $4,000 left to shop with. Let's go shopping. I'm not buying Verge. I'm not too fond of Verge right now. I was big on Verge. I'm changing my opinion. They could go, they could explode, but every time they seem to get some traction, they seem to revert back again. So as a short-term play or even a medium-term play, I'm not too fond on Verge right now. Let's keep shopping. BitShares is down 29% in the past few days. That's interesting to me. I kind of want to get out of this $1 billion range. I kind of want to go lower than the $1 billion. I want to do a bit more high-risk play. I want more room to grow. We are totally staying away from smart cash. What is that? 386% in the past 7 days? No, thank you. Electroneum is a currency, is a coin that I hear a lot of buzz about. The boys over at Altcoin Buzz are very high in Electroneum. So I'm going to put some faith in them. I'm going to put some faith in Jeff and the boys. They're beauties. They know their stuff. They know their stuff even better than I do. So I'm going to put a bit of faith in them. I'm going to drop $1,000 on Electroneum. I feel confident in Jeff and the boys, and I feel like they're going to steer us in the right direction. So another $1,000 down on Electroneum. We've spent $7,000 so far in our little game here. So we're going to keep on going. $3,000 left to go. I'm going to keep on going down. Kin at minus 45%. It might be an interesting buy, but I'm not too familiar or too fond of the project. We're going to keep on going, looking at for the buying opportunities. I want something that stands out to me and goes, oh yeah, that coin, I'm looking for it, and I'm trying to find it. Poet was interesting to me at the 3 cent mark. It's at 13 cents. I'm no longer super interested in the project. Wait a minute. Vibe's at $1.06? Oh ho ho! We have a buying opportunity right here. I spoke about the Vibe project and how they're combining cryptocurrency and VR and platforms to consumers and teachers and their audience. And I liked the coin at the $2 mark. And I said if this coin dropped to that $1.50, I'd be interested. It has dropped to nearly $1. Now, the psychology behind people and investing is I highly doubt this is going to drop beneath $1. That big round number. People love big round numbers. If it gets near $1, I feel people be like, oh, $1, I will invest at $1. So if it goes to $10, because they like those big round numbers. I don't see this getting lower than $1 on the market. But I loved the project. I love the fact that it's traded on Binance. It had all the Binance hype for the first little bit and has since calmed down. And when it calms down, that's when we're in. I'm putting another $1,000 here on Vibe. I love the project. I love the price point. Definitely want to get my hands on some Vibe. So I'll do $1,000 on Vibe. We have spent $8,000 on coins now. And I'm still liking this 1,000. I like nice, even, round numbers. We're going to keep going down through the list. Burst, down 21%. Might be a nice time to buy. Very interesting. Bread, I've spoken about the Bread project, down 21%. Might also be another nice time to buy. I'm going to keep looking, though. I like these small market caps. Might find some gems here that I like. Wait a minute. We spoke in the previous video about that new exchange that's coming out in April. What was that? Trade.io? Trade.io. Trade token, $1.52. I would put $1,000 down on this. With that market set to come out in April and this being the exchange token for that market, I would definitely put $1,000 down on this. So in this portfolio build, we've done $9,000. We have $1,000 left to go. For our last coin, I'm putting $1,000 down on Blue. I've mentioned that I like the project. I like the thought process behind it. I like the security they're trying to provide. I also like that they are announcing a new exchange, and that new exchange has not been announced yet. So if that new exchange happens to be a Bittrex or a Binance, much like we saw with Vibe, you could have a 4x or 5x overnight if that new exchange they're announcing is Binance or Bittrex or another big exchange. So this one is less of a long-term hold, more of a hold to see what that new exchange is. If that new exchange is awesome, you sell it for 3, 4, 5x. If that new exchange is not so awesome, you set a stop limit at maybe $1.20 just in case so you don't lose too much of your investment. That's our short-term risky play. That was investing $10,000 in a portfolio look. You had some long-term plays like Ethereum. You had some medium-term plays like Tron. You had some short-term plays like Blue. You had a little bit of Vibe and a little bit of interesting. Now, what I would do personally with $10,000 is I would be all in on one coin. Really simple. All in on one coin. What is that coin? Not quite too sure. Haven't put that much thought into it. Maybe we'll take a look through the list and think about it. But I would be all in on one coin. The one coin I would be all in on wouldn't be up here. Because up here, you've got the $9 billion market cap, the $11 billion market cap. Kind of difficult for them to 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x, if you know what I mean. Now, that does not mean it's impossible. We take a look. Something like NEO up 45% in the past 7 days. It's very encouraging. What I would want to do is come down here. I would come down here into the $500,000, $250,000, $100 million range. Find a coin with a project I believe in. Do a ton of research on the individual members of the team. I would read the entire white paper. I would go all in because we're talking about $10,000. We're not talking about a little bit of money. This is significant money for us casual investors. I would do all the research on the project I could, read everything, become intimately familiar with the project. And if I believe in it, down in this market cap, all in, $10,000. When the project 2x's, 3x's, 5x's, I would take out my initial investment of $10,000. Leave whatever's in there, because everything in there at that point is house money. It's free money. It's money you've just gotten from nowhere. Take that $10,000, invest it in another project that I've researched and I'm very intimate with. Now, many of you may be saying, B, what if your initial investment doesn't 2x or 3x or 5x? To you, I say that is possible. This is cryptocurrency. This is investing. And in investing, there is inherent risk. However, I counter you with the belief that because of how the market is growing, because of the overall cryptocurrency market growing relatively steadily with some dips because of some FUD, but then it comes right back up, that eventually whatever I invest in will 2x, 3x, 5x, especially down in this range, because all it takes is a few whales with some money to find that project that you have researched so intimately and so well to go, hey, this is a great project. I think it has a future. And then those whales can move things. Like you see something like this coin right here, Voice, never heard of it, 162% in 7 days. Dime coin up 100% in 7 days. It happens. Even now when the market wasn't super strong, I remember back in the beginning of January, the market was hot. things were going nuts. Even now, things are going 140x, 45x in 24 hours. It's happening. Even now. Those are my thoughts on the cryptocurrency market. That is how I would invest in two different strategies. Invest $10,000 in the cryptocurrency market here in the middle of January 2018. And as always, thank you very much for watching.